Good boys. Roddy was good. Madge, I am late. You're right. I was actually here, um, but I was making tea, so I guess that's late actually. Um, but let's make our annotations. Make our annotations. Hold on, I'm not even live on TikTok yet. One sec. Tripping. Today's day 80. How's everyone doing, man? Guys, I'm working on something, and it's almost done. Holy shit. It's fucking amazing. It's actually fucking amazing. I can't wait to show you guys. Starting the TikTok live now, a little bit late. I think I forgot to change the dates for the YouTube live stream. What are we looking for today? I'm going to be looking for shorts, at least until here. So maybe it should be a little scalp idea, but at least until here. Um, how's everyone doing, man?
Frayed gently.
What type of coding do you do? Python coding allows me to backtest really quickly. However, it's not the best. Today's October 30th. Tomorrow's Halloween. Shit. I'm gonna dress up as a profitable trader. PDH is previous day's high. So the highest high yesterday. Are you trading today? Yeah. I mean, it's my model forms. That is. I got tea today because my stomach was kind of hurting, and apparently, tea can help like soothe your stomach lining and contractions and whatever. So I got tea. What do you see today? You don't know what I see? I think price has a very good chance of coming here. Whether we reverse from there or not is hard to say, but it's likely to come here. This is my strong, obvious, low-hanging fruit drawing liquidity. I'd be surprised if we had all this narrative buildup to not take out the previous day's low. We engineer new range, and that means we should take previous day's low. We can reverse from previous day's low, I'll be honest. So right here is previous day's low. We could reverse from there. But I do think that's a really high probability draw. So I'm gonna look for it. Low hanging fruit, high probability DOL. Game plan is Game plan. Look for AM expansion lower. Look for daily protraction. Target. Previous day low. Daily busy. And I'll go to say best case Tuesday low. Got a W today? Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's trade really well. Be patient. No rush. Understand what's going on and why. Make some really good annotations. Make some really good calls. I'm going to have the funded accounts open. I'll open up the trade copier. I'm going to have the live account open. May or may not execute there. We'll see. Yesterday, I executed the live account. I kind of got lucky. We ended green on the live account yesterday. But this is a game plan. I like premium more. I mean, I like rapid more. But yo, Alpha Futures has 25% off right now until Sunday. So if you weren't able to get an account, get that shit. The thing with okay, I'll tell you why I don't like the legacy. I hate evals. I hate them. And the legacy has 40% consistency on eval, which means you have to sit there and trade it. I don't like that. I'll tell you the difference between them right now. The difference between rapid and legacy is on the rapid, the payouts are easier. Okay? But they're going to be less money, less dollar amount. However, on the legacy, getting a payout will be slightly harder, but the payout will be larger. So it's up to you. This is 30, 10, 2025 pre-market plan. Yeah, yeah. All right. So we're all planned out. I'll put this in my journal now. So let me show you guys the journal. I've been like putting some samples in there. Not the food tracker. One sec. I'm gonna release this journal, but I'm gonna have to teach you guys how to use it. I'm gonna put you guys on right now. I'm gonna put you guys on. So it's gonna be a little bit messy, and you may not understand what's going on, but let me explain. So first, it's gonna be full screen, but I have to show TikTok because you guys are on minute screen. So the way you use this journal is first you link your accounts. So every time you get a new account, you go blah 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 funded account, and then say if it's active or not, put the balance and the start date. Then you go to your daily checklist. So today is October 30th. So October 30th. This is something I like to do. I'm not gonna lie, my sleep quality was not there. I probably got about a 4.5. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I felt tired when I woke up. I'm gonna go 5. I feel better now, but when I actually woke up, I only got 7 hours. I know. Some people think I'm greedy. I'm not good enough. 7 hours is not good enough for me. And then whatever you want to put in there, you can put for your daily checklist. I do that after. Then for trades, you go to the big journal, and you can journal the trades you take using this, and you make sure you sync. So for me, the daily checklist, that's where I put my pre-market plan, because that's a plan I want to do before. So I'll go here, pre-market plans, import that. Now that's all set for pre-market stuff. Tomorrow, or sorry, at the end of the day, that's when we come back and study. I'm going to post it for you guys on the weekend. I want to make sure it's not missing anything, because I'll be honest, it is quite confusing. Like, I know it seems simple, but you have to link every single part to another, so it's not easy. What broker do you use? I personally use Interactive Brokers. If you compare this Notion journal with TradeZella, which is automatic journaling, then you get all your stats and stuff. It's like so good. Or to be honest, you can do it all on TradeZella. I'll probably make a video on that as well. Why bearish and all-time highs? Because we took out previous day's high and aggressively went lower, reaccumulated, and then aggressively went lower. I'm expecting one final leg lower. Hopefully we can get a trade setup out of it, targeting previous day's low. Like I said, it's possible. It's possible we get something like this. It's very possible. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I do think at least we'll come here, you know? So to me, I think that's the highest probability trade to look for, at least going into market open, because that's previous day's low. That's a newly formed daily bullish fair value gap. We took previous day's high and aggressively went lower. This is not the kind of displacement I would want to fade going into open. It's obviously drawing towards something. I don't think it's going to stop at the rejection block here. I think it's going to take out the low. If let's say the market opens and it just goes boom, takes out the low. So what's our next game plan? Well, we study Tuesday's low. We see if we get a continuation set up to Tuesday. If not, and the market just starts to pump, that's fine. We're going to aim for these equal highs, and we're going to aim for the buy side here. We just have to wait for a continuation protraction model, maybe at 10:30, 10:50, or 11 or 11:30. Or if we don't get that, maybe lunch can finish us off. That's it. Very simple game plan today. Where can I send you proof of using your code? Send me a message on Discord, please. Yeah, let me double check the red folders. What time is it? 9:27. All right, let me sign in. Anyways, guys, let me update you guys on the giveaway. Tomorrow, oh shit, we're giving away tomorrow. I totally forgot. Anyways, guys, tomorrow we're giving away 2 iPads and 2 accounts. Should we do 4 accounts? Fuck it, 4 accounts. We're gonna do 2 iPads and 4 accounts. 2 iPads and 4 accounts. Anyone? We'll do. Yeah, we'll do. Should we do all code or should we do 2 free? I don't know. We'll decide on live stream. Anyways, um, it's gonna be tomorrow after trading. If you want the stuff, it's all there. Alpha Futures has 25% off until Sunday. I don't know if it's gonna be extended, so just keep that in mind. If you use my code on Alpha Futures, please send me a message on Discord, and we will open up our accounts. Go to the 1-minute chart, and we have to see a manipulation higher. Let me just wait for that. Trade copier. I recommend this, by the way. I'm not affiliated with them, but this trade copier right here, this shit has been pretty good for me the last 2 times I used it. So if you're about that stuff, it's not a bad one. Sign into the brokerage here. Everyone thinks I was trading yesterday with no stop loss, but I genuinely don't know what happened. I don't know how. I think I just never moved my stop on my live account, so I got kind of lucky. Um, so I'm just signing in here. I always trade on my phone. It's pretty simple. Keep that open. Let's get the accounts here. It's 9:30. All right. You can mark out your opening range gaps. I need to quickly, a little bit behind here, reconnect my accounts. Oops. Okay, accounts are connected. Leader account is 30334. Okay. Are you guys trading before ECB press conference? I don't know what ECB is, bro. To be honest with you. The best thing that can happen here is we engineer equal lows and then rally higher. That's double purge. That would be A plus. But we may just sell off, so we'll see. How big are these candles? Let's say hypothetically we shorted with a big stop today. Big stops today. Anyways. Your New York session opens at a different time? Brother, that's not the case. I don't see any red folder. I don't see any red folder today. Maybe you're on financial juice? I don't see any red folder today. I think you're on the wrong day or something. Or it's not for futures or a US dollar. Guys, New York Open, it doesn't New York Open isn't whenever London opens in Europe. New York Open, that's why my New York Open no, New York Open is not in another hour. New York Open goes off the time in New York. Not in Japan, not in United Kingdom, not in London. It's off of New York. New York. In New York right now, it's 9:30. My New York opens after your New York. I'm lost, bro. It's because UK clocks went back. They're confused. I get it. I get it. But that is why you need to trade. You just go here. You just set your charts to New York local time. And you'll never have any issues on the timings of the opens or the sessions or anything. The code is not working. It definitely works. Maybe just refresh. Try refreshing. We opened here and we closed here. That's your opening range gap. Wait. Wait, is opening range gap the exact same as NDOC? Say. Anyway, it looks like we're taking out some of those objectives. 50 to 60% chance we get over 50. No, it's yeah, 50 around 50 to 60, yeah, 104 points. Can I pay with crypto? Unfortunately, no. But if you really don't have the money, I mean, I'm not really willing to help you, I ain't gonna lie. No, you can't pay with crypto, unfortunately. I'll give you the exact percentages. Yeah, this is looking like a Judas swing. So we may be able to target those equal highs we talked about, also equal highs here. So we may have to flip the buys just playing off of the fact we're one-sided. Lower. Org. I think there's a 65% chance we get here alone. We really say it's like 70 just to org 0.25 before 10:30. So if we can get a long setup early here, that'd be nice. An early long target org. Just give me an easy trade to start. Get me out of here, bro. When's the last time we had an early session where we just took a winning trade early, like the first 30 minutes, and then we just left? I mean, usually I stay on anyways, but give me an easy one. Okay, look at YM. Dollar's going higher. Gold is yo Loki. I think gold shorts could play today too. If I'm being honest, I really think gold shorts can play. Like I think this sells off all the way here, but I don't know. That's just me. YM. Ah man, fuck this shit. All right, we wait. We entered the daily bullish fair value gap. We're working inside those quadrants. We did leave equal highs right here. The other smooth highs. So I'm looking at that as my buy side. ES trades into Wednesday's low. I think that's previous day's low. and trades into that new week opening gap, that old new week opening gap we talked about. Yep, you should get more. If you have three alphas, I would recommend probably. There's a lot of ways you can go about it. You can go Apex, Top Depth, Funded Next. It all depends on what you're looking for with the next prop firm. Alpha will pay the bills. Funded Next is not a bad option because they also have 40%. Send me a message, Maj, and I'll send me a message on Discord. I'll give you all the timings. So we trade through the daily bullish fair value gap. Tuesday's low is right here. The reason I'm not using Top Step right now is because I have to build buffers, but I will get back into Top Step eventually. It's also kind of annoying to copy trade with Top Step in like another firm. You just got TP. Good night. Alright, bro. You're him, I guess. Good shit. Also, I drank like 3 sips of this tea. Not feeling it no more. Let's get this water instead. You think just dump the whole day? It's possible. Yeah, I know. I can definitely buffer it. It's just right now the kind of method I was going for was get as many payouts as possible, fund my live account. Right, that was kind of just the way I was going about it. Just keep putting money into my live, keep putting money into my live. I love trading live, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think people understand like how freeing it is. You literally can do whatever you want, add whatever you want, take out whatever you want. You can hold for as long as you want. Holy shit, man! Like it's so much easier to compound. Like I'll tell you why live is so good because let's say you take a live account trade and you make 2R. You literally have a free two trade. Like that's the way I see it. An extra two trades. You know, that's amazing. Like that's so fun. That's great. That's great. An extra two trades, and then if you go up like 10R, you get a nice win streak. Well, shit. Then you have freaking 10R, and you can hold trades forever. Like you can really let a runner run. One runner can be worth like 5 winning trades. Are you looking for long today? I'm gonna wait and just see what happens for now. First presentation somewhere in here. I'm not even gonna annotate it. We'll just wait and see. Like if we got something like this, shit, I'd probably long. Even if it's a retracement, we can at least that would at least be a reduced loss. You know. I passed my funded. Should I be done and wait for tomorrow? I think that's a good plan. Come back fresh tomorrow. Maybe even come back fresh Monday. Spend your week reviewing, seeing what you want to focus on, improve on. You know, there's so many opportunities, man. So many sessions, so many days. But if you feel like you're in the zone, I mean, don't wait. Do your thing. What's your bias? I was originally expecting a run down here. That just kind of happened right away. So now we have to see. Now we're just neutral. There's no way I can really have a bias right now. I was bearish targeting here and here. We opened up, took all those levels, no model. So we have to wait. ES is inside that gap. New week opening gap 26. It's already at like 25% of it. SPY is near analog. SPY is in. Oh, SPY. Yeah, I don't know about SPY, but ES is. So much people are moving to gold. If y'all missed, if y'all missed this, you guys should quit trading. Damn it, guys. Gotta fucking quit now. I really wanted to keep going, but what can I do? Tell me to quit. Well, this hoodie is fucking huge, bro. Yeah, people are moving to gold. We're gonna get an up close candle. What is this, man? No fair value and shit. Muscles make it look small. Possible, man. I guess. Don't you open up that window? Well, we're gonna have to be patient. We are trading Asia. If you want to backtest gold Asia, it's up to you. The reason I personally don't trade Asia is I'm trying to save all my capital for AM and PM. I don't want to waste capital. There's Tuesday's low. Pretty sensitive over there, but we'll see. I'd probably want to see a resweep if I don't know. Maybe something like this. We can target at least somewhere back here. Even if it's just a 1 hour scalp, 2 hour scalp back, popping pills is all we know. Like you, Finn. You're a cool dude. Muscles make your brain small? That's some copium shit, bro. Yes, at Monday's low. Yep. Monday's low. Oh yeah, 0.25. What should I target or see if I'm trading gold in Asia? Listen, I'm gonna be honest. If you have to ask, I'll help you if you want. But if you have to ask, do not trade gold. Go back test it first. It's not gonna be like, don't just assume you're just gonna hop on and you're like, ah, everyone's catching gold moves. I'm gonna short the next fair value gap and it's gonna go lower like everyone. No, it's not gonna happen. You gotta go practice it yourself. Yeah, you have to be real patient with gold. It's 25% off a new eval. 25% off, yeah, new eval or a reset or a rebuild, I'm pretty sure. Um, oh no, I have a stain on my sweater. Cheat. Anyways, we're potentially, yo, this is slow. I'm gonna be honest. Why did I think you trade NQ any other, not any other? He trades S&P as well. Call it spoos. Yeah, he trades S&P as well. It's not just, I don't know, man. Retracement? Like, are we not gonna make a higher high than this? Either we have to long into all this displacement. I mean, I like the reversal. I'm gonna be honest. But ES has Monday's low, and we can't fade that. So until ES takes Monday's low, I'd say we're probably still bearish. So we may have to find a protraction model short in here. Is it ever a short on ES? It's been a while since I executed ES. That's 1.5R. I mean, that's not even bad. It depends on the fill, though. Even if you got something like this, that's not bad. I mean, 1.5R? Did you ever banked on FOMC? I don't know. I don't really care. Dollar doing. Dollar's kind of moving lower now. Took out the daily high. YM is so bullish. We just get like a narrow ass reversal here. That'd be lame. I don't think I want to take a continuation short. I think I want to wait for a long and target these highs. Too smooth. That background LED is nice. It is pretty nice, isn't it? Benjamin SMC. I like that guy. He's a cool guy. I'm not gonna long this yet, but it could go up. I think the plan is wait for a potential reversal long. It doesn't have to be a full daily reversal, but at least these highs, it's smooth. I like the narrative that we're deep discount. We took out Tuesday's low. If we were going to continue lower, we'd have to engineer liquidity. We'd probably run the buy side. Could take the next protraction model. This low's kind of narrow at 942. See if we get a protraction model. Something like that. There's an inversion. Something like this. 1.5 R, so you gotta fill. Patient on the fill. Just squeeze out a 2R trade. Where's the high here on ES? ES is gonna make a higher high sooner. Well, I can't really trade this. Unless ES retraces and also gives a protraction. That's what I have to wait for. So if we can get a protraction model in here from both, is YM retracing too? No, YM doesn't give a fuck. YM does not give a fuck. Give me this fair value gap. Give me that fair value gap. If we're just gonna take the highs, that kind of kills the narrative for me. Not really kills it, but it makes it really hard to trade. So we kind of just have to wait and see. Nothing I really would have wanted to get in here, personally. So ES taking out its objective. Hard to say if this is going to continue lower from here or if NQ is also going to go up. I prefer NQ also going up. What do I think is going to happen? I'd assume higher. I like higher. I like higher right now. I like org. Kind of messy in here. But I like opening range gap in there. Plus that end dog. Plus the buy side. We already took out Tuesday's low, so we fulfilled that potentially. We just have to get an entry long. Just gotta get an entry long. I don't mind longing even though we have the 5. I don't really care about the 5. 15 looks really bullish. Hourly looks potentially really bullish. At least making a new hourly high. We took out that low. Kind of unfortunate. I was just going straight up. First presentation, probably this one. Right here. So unfortunate. This is such a nice level to target, bro. It really just boom, boom. You got bottom ticked out? Where? Here? Solid price action. Yeah, down then up. FOMO is real. You know where the real FOMO is? On all the stock positions, bro. That's where the real FOMO is. I called so many stocks and I hit take profit on all of them. But after I closed, Nasdaq just kept gapping open the next 3 days. It was so freaking bullish the next couple of days. So that was FOMO. That was FOMO for sure. That is FOMO. If I was on alpha after passing eval today, I short I press 5 in Q instead of 5 and make 5K. You don't even need 5K to pass though. You don't even need 5K to pass. Why do you gotta make 5K, man? All right, well maybe we can get a something here. Team price action for you, nice, bro. I'm glad. Yeah, we could have taken this inversion, but I think that's pretty hindsight. I don't think I'd ever take that inversion. IO Fed at daily BSC high, yeah. I've been studying a lot of those to be honest. Who said that, Kevin? I've been studying a lot of those. Those old daily fair value gaps, they tend to offer sensitivity. I'm not gonna lie. Why don't you take that IFG? I wasn't convinced at the time. Also, ES was already here, so like we pretty much had SMT like this. I don't want to take the IFG and then it starts consolidating, or I don't think it was a high quality setup. Also, it's not really my model if I'm being honest. I would need to see a CISD or a breaker if anything. I mean, you could argue it's classic though, so I guess it is my model, but not easy. The question is, do we reverse all the way up here? These highs are also very smooth. These highs right here, those are smooth highs. All right, we're gonna trade back into org. Buy sides here. What's that 2-minute unicorn? The break, bro, what? There's a unicorn in there. You mean it's forming? There's the buy side. This kind of closes below that. I think we can still dump. I don't know. It's possible, but I think we may get a full daily reversal here. I think this is the low. We did it, boys. I'm proud of you, man. Good job. We just look for a protraction here. Zero account alpha got consistency? Yes, 40%. TP for you? Nice, bro. Get shorts rolling? I'm looking for something like this. Because we took out Tuesday's low, and we got this displacement higher, I don't think we need to go any lower. We also have very good objectives higher. London highs. It's a nice buy model. The original consolidation. Yeah, if we came down to first presentation area, it's relative equal highs. Yeah, these highs are all pretty much the same level. Very smooth, very equal. That's what you want to see. Very smooth, equal, easy objective. So we just gotta wait. Not much we can do. Yeah, pre-market highs are in there as well. Would that matter? No. I always use my analysis on NQ mini. We have a lot of new day opening gaps in here. Whenever there's a nice cluster, usually we do revisit. Org is in there. So if we could just come down, put a low, take it out. Where's the long entry? I feel like the only entry was really this inversion here. Unless you turtle soup Tuesday's low. This inversion is probably the only entry. And me personally, I wouldn't take it. I don't trust that. FOMO hits hard right now. It happens, bro. There's so much time, and there's so many more setups. Why don't you start trading earlier? I don't like trading pre-market. Made 4.3 R. Nice, bro. There was no entry. We got to you there. Okay. Yeah, I mean there was no entry for me, but for some people in their models, I'm sure a lot of people took longs, right? Can't say that they didn't have a valid entry. Everyone's entry is different. For me, there was no entry. I mean, this is an entry model of mine. This is your classic accumulation manipulation, the first IPG back. But I don't think I would have ever trusted that personally. Yep, 10 a.m.'s coming. How do you see trading London? Great. You can trade the entire daily range with London some days. That's how I would want to trade if possible, but I can't. I don't want to wake. I can't stay up and then wake up for New York. SL was too big. Even if you took it, like say you got to fill all the way up here, and your stop loss was, would you put your stop all the way down here? If so, it's still 1.2 R. That's not bad. If you put your stop at the most recent low, 1.5. If you put your stop at the inversion fair value gap low, you can squeeze out 2 R. Maybe you were a little bit patient on the entry and you got to fill here. See how like that trade can go from 1.2 to 3R? A little bit better fill, better precise stop loss placement, and all of a sudden instead of 1.2 you get 3. You know? I took this, added 900 to the nice, bro, nice. What about retracement into 5 and FG and go long? Yeah, it's pretty much what we're waiting for. Silver bullet idea. It's pretty much what we're waiting for. I don't think we'll reverse personally. It's possible though, but I want to see us go up here. This is too smooth too. It's possible though, so if you're bearish, you don't have to do what I do. When is exactly London? 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. New York local time. You got a rage baiting to increase viewers? I don't really care about viewers, man. I'm doing this shit for me. You'll never catch me rage baiting. You'll never catch me over celebrating. You'll never hear me say, bang. Shit about that. I don't give a shit about all that. It's not my style. I'm just here to read the charts. It is pretty boring though, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not the most entertaining guy to watch. I don't think it's meant to be entertaining. It's trading. It pays bills. This is like life's work type shit, you know? It feels wrong. If it's entertaining, it just feels wrong. You know? How can you just sit there and be like, okay, there's org 50. Unfortunately, we hit that before the model formed. Take care, Tito. Well done, brother. Yep, I do know there's an hourly bearish in there. That is pretty telling. We just formed it, 10 a.m. Who would say bang when they hit a trade? I feel like I'm the only person who doesn't, bro. But I don't know. Yeah, there's people who treat it like a game, man. Like, I mean, this is probably gonna inverse, man. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't see this hourly fair value gap holding. Just look at the way we're trading into it. Took out the lows, respected deep, deep discount. Very strong wick. We could retrace, but don't think I'm willing to short it. It could definitely go lower, but I'm gonna wait for a protraction. And if it goes lower, we miss it. I'd rather wait for a long. My eyes are still up here. I'm gonna remove the org markers. We don't really need that. Don't scroll. Did you say bang? Totally not me. Oh, that was you. It's different when you say it to yourself though, versus when you're like on live stream and you're like, "Bang, let's go, guys, we did it!" Like what? What's going on here, man? Like, win or lose, and genuinely, who cares? Can't. I'll tell you why you can't celebrate your wins. If you celebrate your wins, just naturally, you're going to be a little bit more upset when you lose. Okay, if we can keep this high here, yeah. Now I'll be honest. This could potentially reverse, but it's not what I'm looking for. But I understand that I obviously could be wrong here. Then going higher, it's very possible. I want to see this trade into the 5 minute at least. If it wants to give me an optimal trade entry, I wouldn't mind that as well. Being a full retracement, I would use this low. Or really, we can just use the opening range. What an easy opening range marker, huh? Um, we'll see. I hope we don't take out this high and we just go lower. First presented inversion. Nice, bro. It's a good trade. Yeah, it's a good trade. We're at the top, going all the way down. Good luck, brother. 50-minute CSD holding. Yeah, it could definitely go lower. Yeah, it's a great trade, man. 50% org, and the end dog overlaps. There's also a high right here. I don't know if you saw that. All those levels overlapping. Clean. Very clean. Does bro actually trade? If my model forms and I have a clear objective and it's pretty one-sided narrative, yeah. And the risk management is good, of course. But we're looking for something like this, personally. That's what I want to see. We could trade all the way back down here. I wouldn't mind that. Let's see. Please learn technical skills. I have enough technical skills, brother. Trading back into up close candle here. If you're bearish, it's a bearish order block. Delivered to 50% right on 10. I could use the go. Yeah, they did deliver right on 10. That's funny. Okay, I'm liking this move. Lower Alpha Zero has a yes, 40% consistency rule. Trading in the 5 minute there. We do get there. The best thing that could happen here is we go up. Whoops. We go up, put a bearish fair value gap down, inverse. I can't get long off there. This is not enough. Yes, it does look a little better. We take the 5 minute OB. If I did take this, it'd have to be the 5 minute. That's a really good risk to reward. This shit just printing so fast, bro. I don't like that we left those lows like that. There is an S&T there, though. We'll see if we can get in along here. We'll wait for sensitivity. Even if I got in long at the high here with a stop here, our target's there, so it's fine. We also technically did not form the model. Model would be closing above the series of down close candles. The best thing that can happen is we resweep this low. I would love to see that. Right now we have an immediate rebalance. We'll see if that holds. I view this as first stage, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Your first OB, your first retracement to fair value. I mean, you could argue this is your first stage, and your second stage. Depends the way you look at it. I like that sensitivity. If we get closure above, yeah, I wouldn't mind trying the long here. 50-point stop. That to be a 2 micro trade. 2 minutes for the 5-minute closure. This little retracement here, this little IO Fed entry. I want to see this low get taken, please. Pretty please. Give me a double purge setup. I think we're establishing pretty good patience here. I mean, the model didn't even form, so it doesn't matter. There's no OB in there. You just come down, take the lows with a bearish fair value gap, inverse strong. I can trust. It's a pretty lame 950 macro. I like that speed. The YM also retracing, but YM does not give a fuck. YM is gonna do whatever it wants. What's dollar doing? Dollar's going lower, so that's good. Right? That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Okay, we take out that low. There's the fair value gap I was looking for. If we can get an inversion here, I'm in that. Make sure I can't see the volume imbalance in there. I think this is it though. If we get that inversion, I'm in. And this can go, it doesn't matter how low it goes. The target's all the way up there. Potentially a really good setup here. Potentially. Also, this needs to be like this. We'll see. Say we get the inversion, stop at the low, 50 point. It's going to be a 2 micro trade. Alpha. It's no other choice. It's going to be a 2 micro trade. MT breaks. Is there a 10-minute gap in there? No. 15, I'm assuming no. Yeah. I know SMT. I don't want to see you spend that much time here. If it's bullish, it should go right above. Right now, it's not looking bullish. Not looking bullish. It's looking pretty bearish. I'm glad that we didn't take this long. That would have been pretty FOMO slash impatient of me, I think. So we'll see if we can come up here, get the inversion. We have a 5 minute in there. We can trade all the way down there if we want to. First presentation. You know what? Let's just mark out first presentation in here. Do I want to mark that out? No, let's just keep the IO fed. You make me. I want to see this 5 minute get respected. See an expansion higher in this next 3 minutes. The next 3 minutes goes higher. That's pretty good. Apex is now 50%, not 80. I'm not up to date with my Apex, brother. I'm gonna be honest. Also, bro, the stop loss is just getting bigger and bigger. Oh, what? Yep, exactly. First presentation is the first one after 9:30. So not this one, because this is 9:29, 9:30, 9:31. This one, that's the first one. My first fund, it took me 1 month. I got it on January 31st, 2024. I like this inversion. We trade. No, if you don't trade into it. I'm just leaving journal annotations here. All right, we'll see how we work in here. So YM going down. YM doesn't care still. We're still inside the 5 minute. We haven't inversed. We could trade all the way down here, and that's fine. I'm gonna extend this out. Remove it as in. If you were bearish, you would be looking to target something around 50% of this range. So we just got there. The low of that 5 minute. We'll see if we can stay above that. I'm gonna annotate that with a red line. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds left in that 5 minute. So if we just go next candle, boom. The issue is the stop loss placement is still so high, but it's fine. What is IOFED? Institutional order flow entry drill. It's just one of ICT's models. This is a little bit too orange. All right, 1 more minute. If we can get strong displacement here. Okay, there it is. Do we inverse it though? Unfortunately, no. There is an OB in here, so we may buy it if we get above that high. Like I'd view this as an order block. So if we touch and then go, I'd buy it with before the inversion. There's the touch. Dude, my doctor's office is calling me. Too busy, bro. If we can just get sensitivity here and go higher, I'd buy that. This is just the model protecting us. Looks like we're forming a continuation lower for now. Or we get real sensitive. This plays higher. We'll see. The 5 minute close like pretty bullish. So 4 minute, 3 minute, 2 minute. No, they're all not really telling to be honest. There's a 10 minute gap in there that we're kind of respecting. 15 minute low is still open. Hourly bearish for value gap playing out. Is this ever a bias flip? Is that 10 a.m.? Trying to consider a potential bias flip here because if we were bullish, really, we wouldn't be going much lower. This is about to form a bearish order block. I don't really trust it though. I'm personally gonna wait, guys. I don't know. I don't really trust it. If it wants to sell off, I just miss it. It's whatever. I'm gonna wait, see if we get an order block here. Just stick to the original plan for now. And I could be wrong, but whatever. The model protected us so far. If I was bearish, this would be your entry. You'd be looking for this to inverse and then continue off for the low. The good thing is if you're bearish, you know exactly where it's going. It's going to take out that low. There's nothing else. So, good targeting. So we get the discount 5 minute there. I wouldn't say we're so bearish, but I think it was just no really strong low formed. You kind of just gotta wait. I think 5 minute. What's YM doing? Still at the high. YM still bullish. Dollar still bearish. Yeah, I'm personally still bullish. I don't know, but we'll see. We may be able to get in long off an inversion there or something. I'm personally still bullish. Well, we'll see. Might be able to get in on this inversion. I'll probably buy it. Yeah, this is gonna be our long entry right here. If this candle flips, this candle opened and just went down. So it doesn't make sense for me to click buy. That's why I say wait for sensitivity. Confluences. The 5 minute bullish fair value gap in discount. And now looking at these relative equal highs, that's a high probability drawn liquidity. We're below midnight, we're below 8:30. So we're in a discount. We're working inside the daily bullish fair value gap. We swept out Tuesday's low. So there's a lot of confluences for me on this trade. Trade idea hasn't formed yet. Well, actually, it did form. I could get in long, but this is weak. It's really weak. When you trade the 1 minute chart, you have to be really patient with the entry. Because this is just a retracement into the OB. No confirmation of a move higher yet. Also, dollar's been going lower. YM's really bullish. So just good patience here. Patience keeping us alive. First presentation in here. It's good sell off. I'm happy to miss this move though. I'm just not convinced, man. I'm not convinced. Could be wrong, could be ego, but we'll see. It is 100% bearish right now. Like there's nothing bullish about this right now. I'm waiting. May be able to get in here. 5-minute fair value gap, took out that low. Daily bullish fair value gap, 0.250 or 0.025 sensitivity. This will probably be our entry if we get a nice OB out of this. And I keep saying that, but then don't take a trade. So the model has not formed. It needs to actually form for me to trust it. So if we can close above here, next candle doesn't immediately rip lower, we can look for a long, trust this low at the daily bullish fair value gap 0.25 quadrant. And this discount bullish fair value gap being respected so far. If there's no bearish fair value gap right there, I might jump the gun here and get in short. I'm going to wait a little. Maybe a higher high and we buy that. What's the stop loss looking like? 48 points, right? A little bit less. It's going to be less than $100 risk. That's all we can really do on the. Everything's aligning for me personally. It's just not forming the model. The 1-minute chart is not aligning. Everything else is for me. Immediate rebalance in there. This major we just have to wait till 10:30 at this point because this is not really doing much. I really wouldn't want to see a lower low. It's probably going to put one in here. ES has a bullish fair value gap. We'll see if we get an SMT here and then ES respects. It's possible. So no OB. Respect the inversion. I'm watching ES. See if it takes that low or not. Daily bullish fair value gap. Yeah, this is probably gone. It's probably gone. Couple opportunities. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 models in here for me. But I'm still waiting personally. Pre-market highs. Can't fade pre-market highs. This is probably gone. This is gone. This candle and this candle, that's really bearish. Why were you bullish? Daily bullish fair value gap. Swept Tuesday's low. These equal highs plus pre-market highs. Strong probability draw. That's pretty much it. Manipulated lower off open. Came higher. Want to see a continuation rather than just sell. Like sell side, buy side, sell side. Yeah, I'm still bullish. I'm probably bullish until we like trade down here, to be honest. Still could be a valid retracement for me. My narrative is not killed, but the probabilities have drastically decreased, I would say. Let's keep this simple. Like, we really shouldn't be going this far down, but let me do that differently. We'll just wait and see. I mean, that inversion would be nice, but because now we trade to the daily bullish fair value gap low, so we're inside that daily bullish fair value gap. We're working those quadrants right now. I took an NCA short to CIC, added more in the retrace of FEG and HTP. Think it's a good retrace? No, I think it's a great trade, man. If you were anticipating lower prices here, it's a great trade. Thoughts on NWOG, then higher? NWOG's a far way down. It's possible. If we're going to get below this low, then yeah, we probably do get NWOG today. Yeah, there's like no bullish signs whatsoever. Luckily, the model didn't fake us out, you know? Luckily, the model didn't like fake us out or something. It just keeps going lower, you know? So it's not really a big deal. Thankfully, otherwise he would have taken some losses in here. if this inversion formed or that OB formed. So good patience at least. $9.58. $9.58. I don't know. $9.58 wasn't $9.58. Seems like I'm sending people both ways. I'm not here to send anyone anything. You don't have to trade what I do. I'm trading, not you. What stock? This is Nasdaq futures. Oh, you mean 25958. This low? Around there? Yeah, if you're bearish, that's a good objective. Exactly. Exactly. How'd you not get faked out my inversions and OBs? Well, the only model that formed was this OB right here. But I see this OB trading into this OB. So I need more confirmation. Also, because my target's all the way up here, I don't need to rush. I don't need to, oh, I'm going to miss the move. I have to enter now. Oh, my target is all the way up there. Even if I got an entry up here, I'm still making, and I would adjust my stop loss. It's still 3R. So I need to wait for a strong confirmation. I can't let the 1 minute chart. If you're going to trade the 1 minute time frame, you can't let one candle determine everything. You're not going to catch the perfect entry sometimes, but it's not going to happen often. Where you're just going to take one candle goes up on the 1 minute chart, and that's the one where everyone goes higher. You need to see more. Stack your confluences. Anyways, how did I avoid it? On this candle, I just waited. I waited 2-3 seconds. What happened? It just went immediately down. Like this candle did not trade up at all. It just boop all the way down. Why am I going to take a long on that? It makes no sense. Same thing with there's another candle off the inversion. This one. We had an inversion fair value gap here. One tick inversion. The next candle, if you just waited 1 second, one singular second, the next candle opened and just went boom, down. There's nothing bullish about that. You just have to wait. No, I haven't taken any trades yet. Bearish, possibly. But I'm going to be honest. If we get an inversion here, I'm going to take the long. 1030. I love 1030. If you go to the, you know what's going to be telling? The 1 hour chart in RTH. Shit, it's pretty cooked. Not gonna lie. But we are inside that old RTH gap. Also old RTH gap there. Oh, that's today's gap. Right? Yeah. Yeah, never mind. It's not telling at all. Maybe the 50-minute chart on RTH? I mean, this looks pretty bearish, I'm not gonna lie. The 5-minute chart on RTH, yeah, potentially. Anyway, we'll just see. There's no point in trying to force or guess anything. Why did it drop so much? I think it might be range bound. Or it's gonna reach for NWAG. Can you explain those levels you got traced there? These levels are, this is the daily bullish fair value gap. On the daily chart, this fair value gap, that's those levels. That's what we're trading into right now. If I'm bullish, I wouldn't want to see those levels get disrespected. If we can get speed here, closure above, I could take it right at 1030. Stop loss here. That's a little bit too much risk reward, honestly. I'd be kind of skeptical about that. Optimal trade entry, fair value gap. Classic old ICT stuff. 38-point stop. If we get an inversion here. No trades yet. We might get one here. This inversion would be nice because it'd also be a 2-minute OB. A strong candle though. No strong candle in there. Maybe the next candle. All right, potential immediate rebalance. We'll give it a chance. So we trade back into that high. If we expand higher there, I'm in that long. I like the daily bullish fair value gap. Oh, I like this, I think. I like this. We'll see if it continues, closes strong. All right, we're gonna try this most likely. All right, let's try that long. I'm gonna take this with 2 micros. So I'm getting in long off this inversion fair value gap. We traded down into a discount, bullish fair value gap here. I like the sensitivity. Whoops. I like the sensitivity off of the daily bullish fair value gap right here, 50%. ES formed a nice order block in there as well. So ES closing above here. So just buying inside that inversion. First target is the high here. And then if we get really bullish, we have more buy side above. My stop loss is at 611, 610, 75. Let me make sure that's. And we're taking this with 2 micros. I'm funded next 1 micro on Alpha Futures, 2 micros. So we want to see a run above these highs. That'll be the first step. It's 10:30. I like 10:30 as a key time. Make sure the trade copier worked. Okay, I believe it's working. Yes, it is working. We'll see if we can find a way to add into this trade as well. Good potential, but we'll see. We're gonna take a look at the YM. So YM still going higher. Dollar index is not really doing much, but it is still currently lower. So far, no positive feedback from the trade. Trading back to the bottom of the inversion. Fine, not a bad thing. Usually you want to see it stay up. Can view this as an intermediate term low. Wouldn't give this A plus, but this is a strong A trade. Like especially because the daily bullish fair value gap is right there. 1030. I think you could argue this is A plus. The only thing that's not A plus is like the way the 1 minute candlestick formed. You know? But everything else about this to me, I really like this trade. You got in at 0.14. Damn. I'm looking for this high first. So first step first, we want to see a clean run above these highs. That would consider like a pretty strong break. If we can get that, I would put it. I'm gonna make it smaller. So I want to get strong above there. Hopefully this is not one of those trades where ES just goes up and takes the high and Nasdaq does nothing. Those always suck. ES is more bullish. There is an SMT here. Don't like that SMT, but I like the narrative behind this. Just a patience game right now. Nothing I want to do to touch this trade. Not as of yet, at least. The volume imbalance in here. Not gonna mark it out. Just watch it work inside the daily bullish fair value gap. Now this for sure could be a reaccumulation of shorts, but where narrative comes into play. Yes, put in an up close candle, and Q put in a down close candle. Trading through that inversion fair value gap. Looks like we're probably offside. We'll see. We take out this low. I see the SMT in here. Gotta see it run above those highs. We do get a soup in there. Let me make this a little bit cleaner. Nice wick, but doesn't mean much. Gotta run above these highs. Orange square is an inversion fair value gap. Right. Took a market maker buy model. Maybe on the higher time frame, I'd say. So choppy in here. Very choppy in here. We're really working this inversion fair value. This may be the weakest inversion fair value gap ever. Because we inversed and then we spent 9 minutes inside. Like we are really working it. Like I think there's enough fair value in here. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with accumulation on a real note. But my main concern is this could be a reaccumulation of shorts, and then really we don't even have to take out this high, but ES already did that, and then we go, it's very possible. That's where I would be wrong. But that's why we have a stop loss at the low of the OB. I'm gonna drag the stop to 2016.5. Just slightly reducing my risk. It's actually at 575 and make that very accurate there. 1575. So we do reinverse. That's good. Doesn't mean much unless, like I said, we get above these highs here. So that's all I can really do is wait, see if we can get above those highs. Then we can start looking for ES is trading higher. Hopefully Nasdaq can start following. Okay, we're seeing some speed. Speed is always good. ES going a lot higher than Nasdaq, unfortunately. We'll set an alert here on ES. So we're gonna clear this up. I'm gonna show you guys what it really looks like. It looks like we were maybe not the most bullish, but really we made a lower low on the body, then a higher high, then another higher high. So I like how this looks currently. Again, unless we can get break above this high. I like that we put in a bullish fair value gap. It's very possible that we do something like this. It's possible. That's where I would be wrong. That would be my model short, actually. But it all depends on how the bodies form here. It's all about the bodies in here. There isn't really any fair value gap or anything to the left side here. So there's nothing really to gauge strength besides closure above the highs. Why not enter when the 10-minute gets in? This one? Because this 10-minute may inverse all the way up. Like, there's 7 more minutes of this candle. If this inverses, it may inverse all the way up here. And at that point, well, there's no trade, you know? So usually I'm using something on the lower time frame to confirm, you know, something on the higher time frame. We could probably get away with a stop at 2.7. We're just going to go with 220 for now. So slightly reducing my risk on the trade. Risk reduction, always a great thing to practice. Really, it shouldn't even trade here, but it's been sloppy, so I'm going to leave it where it is at 20075. ES is going to take the high first, man. Why does this... I feel like this always happens to me. Like, you know what I mean? ES reaches the objective so far. I have to partial. I'm going to. So this old bearish fair value gap. Looking at that, we're gonna move the stop even some more now. We're gonna move it to 26032. The risk is not removed, but very minimized. And I like that. It's really easy to hold a trade when the risk is very minimized. So stops at the low of the inversion, plus the low of the breaker, plus bullish fair value gap, plus the OB, plus the... There's a lot of stuff protecting our stop loss. 2K risk? No, this is 2 micros. I'm always going to be trading. Let me show you guys. I'm trading all my accounts on a trade copier. Okay. And I'm always going to be executing micros. On TradingView, I want to chart the mini. The mini is what I focus. My analysis is focused on the mini. Also, this is an SMT. So we may have to close this break even. We'll see. On the bodies there, ES makes a higher body. That's an SMT. I don't like it. We'll give this breaker a chance. I'm going to move the stop to 2038. I use trade copia. So the mini is what I make my analysis off of. I don't really care what the micro does. I care what the mini does. So I want to have the mini, and I don't want to keep swapping tabs on TradingView. So the easiest thing for me to do is have TradingView open here to trade. Also, TradingView is a lot easier than... You guys trust me. You guys don't want to see trade of eight executions, bro. No one wants to watch the trade of eight brokerage. I might close this break even, guys. I think I'm gonna close that there. I don't like that SMT. We can always take a re-entry. I can always take a re-entry. Say we get an inversion here, I'll re-enter. No problem. So we're trading back. If we get an inversion here, I'll re-enter. 1050 macro protraction model. But I don't like that ES is all the way up here. That's why I'm skeptical in that trade. So potential re-entry, but I don't want to hold through this retracement. Why did you get out? I don't want to hold through this retracement. I'll re-enter if my model forms again, but there's an SMT at the body here, and that's a strong retracement. So if I want to re-enter, I'll re-enter, but I'm not willing to hold through this. In fact, my stop was scaled to here, so yeah. If the next candle forms another inversion, I'll re-enter, no problem. I'll re-enter 1050 macro protraction model. This one would even be better than the last trade. If that doesn't form, well, then I just saved myself. I like to trade like this. I like to be, yeah, NQ is weak. Unfortunately, look, ES came all the way up here. Like 1.5, almost 2 R. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I recognized that pretty early on in the trade that ES was, NQ was going to be weaker. It happens. It definitely happens. But this could still move higher. So if we got an inversion here, we could try it. The idea is not over, in my opinion. So if we can get sensitivity in here, 1050 macro, hopefully it can give us a continuation higher. Oh, I'm hungry, guys. Yeah, no, I got that trade. Why thank you so bad? I don't remember the last time. I want to say it's bad, but I mean, yeah, this kind of sucks. I don't lie. Maybe we get a re-entry here. It's just lagging behind. It's not bad. You can't say this is bad. There was a setup short for some people, setup long, another setup short. Can't be mad. Can't be mad. I don't mind any of this. The only price action I don't like is when my model forms long, but then it stays bearish. You know, like when the model doesn't protect you. That's what I don't like. Anyways, if we can get an inversion fair value gap here, I would take that. Just keep it like that, actually. I think that was a good call on the close. My stop would have probably been hit right here on the breaker. I could have moved it back down, but that's a hard decision. If we get an inversion here, I'll re-enter. 1050 macro protraction model is one of my favorite models. If we get a nice inversion in here, we can enter back in. Still like over 2R. Just gotta see a strong candle. Is there a 2-minute? Nice, okay. Yeah, just gotta see a strong candle inside that 1050 macro. Key time. So far, we're not getting it. 5-minute close above. Yeah, something like that. Anything along those lines for me. Again, see, pretty good risk management there, I'd say. We took one trade so far. Closed a little bit green on my funded account. My funded accounts. I got break even on the live account. Didn't have time to close it earlier. Let me check actually. Got out at 54. Yeah, break even. Yeah, looks like we avoided a loss there. For funders, how much should I risk per trade? Personally, I risk between 150 to 200. I like risking less so I can trade multiple times throughout the day. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is a pretty decent short candidate if you're bearish. Like, this looks pretty bearish to me now. I'd have to sit here and tape read. I mean, the easiest tape read would be something like this. 1.6. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. 50 macro delivers lower. That was a good close. That was a good close. Some people are definitely in shorts here. I think it's a great trade. Even short sins here? Nice, bro. I wouldn't mind a protraction model short. 1050 macro protraction. Just gotta get a good fill here, though, is the issue. Is the real issue. Issue with the tissue. Because now it's like a 1 hour trade. Off the inversion. Unless you tried sniping something like this. Also possible. This is gonna most likely go lower. Happy with my trading, though. Very content with my trading. Still here. Still potentially something. We could get short in this fair value gap, maybe. My short target be this low. Or if you're expecting some like slowness, you can just do a 1R, 1.5, 2R if you're that kind of trader. Yeah, this delivers. Nice stuff. It's good price action. I can't complain. This is a good price action. Very nice price action, in my opinion. Can't complain. Wasn't able to capture much, but definitely cannot complain with this price action. There. Yeah. There's probably a 2 minute inversion. Yeah. It's a nice 2 minute inversion. I'll be honest. If we can find a continuation short idea. Whoops. Could have shorted here to stop here, to be honest, but nice but hard to trade. I mean, I think if you were bearish, you probably had a very easy time, no? If you were bearish, you probably had a very easy day. If you're bullish, you had to be very cautious like me, you know? I was on the wrong side, but I managed really well, you know? I was patient in the low. I understood that, you know, moved higher. Bearish but no entry. I don't know. I would study this a little bit thoroughly. I mean, I don't know how you enter, but for me, in my opinion, there's a lot of entries here. There's a lot. You could have got turtle soup here on the buy side. You could have got in on the CISD. Could have got in on the RB. Could have got in on the continuation order block. Retest the breaker / order block. The second stage on the fair value gap. Or sorry, first stage on the fair value gap. Then the next OB. Then this bearish fair value gap. That one would have stopped you out. Then SMT. You could have re-entered here. Could have re-entered here. There's a lot of ways to go about this, in my opinion. I'm not saying I would take any of those. I'm giving you options, so you know. If you take the buy after the inverse, I broke even at that long. Yep, that's exactly what I did. And it doesn't look like it's going to give us a final stage here for us. If you want to be really ultra mega aggressive, you could go for something like this. I don't like that though, but could play out. Why is PA so bad? I don't think this is bad at all. Um, how much risk on eval? Like 500 to 1,000, I would say. Right now, I'm copy trading 5 accounts. How many times you frames you use? The cleanest one. I mean, I always watch on the 1 minute, but I always swap through. You take the bite. Yep, that's exactly what I did. Eval waste of time. Yeah, it is. I'm confused why the 5 minute inverse after liquidity bite open didn't work out long. Because we're bearish. We don't trade the pattern. We trade the narrative. All the way to the 1 hour unfilled. Yeah, I like it. -1 hour. Go try Ash. I was going to exit the trade early if price closed past the wick of the prior. There's always one person that says PA is bad. PA today is like every other day, guys. Kept moving today, but never exiting the range the previous candle. No, I don't think this is protected. I think we're gonna take this. But to be honest, ES looks still pretty bullish. I don't know. Everything's kind of decoupled now. Now dollar's going higher. YM is freaking bullish to the moon. ES is consolidating. NQ is going lower. I don't know anything anymore, man. Everything's doing its own thing. I'm gonna go ahead and view this as a potential opportunity to get in short inside the 1050 macro. And I think we just take that, man. I think that's... I wouldn't mind that. I will never, ever be mad with a 1050 macro protraction. I will never be mad with a 1050 macro protraction. Ever. If we get something in here, give me an inversion, give me an OB, I would take that. That will be inversed. If it gets inversed, then probably no trades for me for the rest of the morning. I'll come back in the afternoon. How do you switch your bias? What makes you sure that okay, we're bearish now? I'm gonna be completely honest. When my protraction model fails, usually it's just wrong bias. I'm not gonna lie, like that's a confluence. The fact that this formed and failed and we didn't run the highs here, that's pretty a good sign for me. But I'll add to that. The fact that we got an SMT here is weak. If we're bullish, we should be speeding up. It's all about signatures. You have to understand like the signatures. If we're bullish, what would we be seeing? If we're bullish, well, we're not going to inverse this 2-minute fair value gap. That doesn't make sense. If we're bullish, NQ is not going to be lagging this far behind, right? If we're bullish, we're not going to see my model form short. That doesn't make sense. We're bullish, or my models should keep forming long, right? It's all about those signatures in price that tell you what's likely to happen. So as soon as I saw this SMT and that reaction, that's not the reaction I want to see. What I should have been seeing is boom, small retrace and speed. You can call this engineering liquidity, yeah. Eventually, yeah, I saw the buzzer beater. That shit was fucking crazy, bro. It was so smooth. You can call this engineering liquidity, sure. Eventually, we're gonna run it, but you can't just be like, oh, bro, we're bullish. We're just engineering liquidity. We're engineering liquidity. Like, yeah, we're engineering liquidity. The market is, yeah, we are engineering liquidity. But that doesn't mean we're bullish. We're bullish when we run on the liquidity. Which could be now. It's possible. But I don't think it's going to happen now. That's the idea. I have feelings of self-doubt because of this month. It's just consistent confident loss for me. Any advice? It's normal, bro. Straight up. You know something about wick theory? It's not wick theory. But do I know something about it? Yeah, you can grade your wicks and look for high probability trades based off of it. And that's how ICT teaches it. That's how I would go based off of it. I have feelings of self-doubt because of this month. I'm going to put it plain and simple for you, brother. The best traders in the world, they also go on losing streaks. They go on terrible losing streaks. Terrible losing streaks. Probably more than all of us. If you want to be one of the best traders, you have to simply accept losing streaks. You have to accept it. That's it. If you can't accept it, you're not going to be a great trader. It's impossible. Let's go, Chooch. Missed you, bro. That's it. I've been on so many losing streaks. I've been on so many losing streaks. Are you even looking for trades at all-time highs? Yeah, I've been trading. I've been good, bro. I've been good. Definitely trading the best I've ever been. I'm very content. I've been on a 10-month losing streak. That's not a losing streak, but that's you're learning, I think, at that point. I wouldn't call that a losing streak. If 10 months, that's not a losing streak. Bro, JP, I haven't seen this guy in like a year, bro. Only 10 months? Yeah, 10 months is not a losing streak. That's a learning curve. I wouldn't classify those two the same. You're learning, I think. You've been learning for 10 months, you know? How to trade lower risk, just take less contracts. 10 months straight every trade. I don't know. I'm just reading chat. I don't know. I can't verify anything. I've been in a 2-year losing streak. Yeah. Okay, bro. It's my first time at all-time highs. Pretty bad experience. You been smacking any parlays? No, it's been a while. Not gonna lie. But DM me, bro. DM me. Oh yeah, we used to talk. That shit was lit, bro. TBH, I'm going short. I want to look for shorts too, but it's not forming. Best ICT play 2022 mentorship is my favorite. It's forming my model long. I don't like that. This is choppy. I don't like it. I don't like it. 2016 is great. I've seen 2016 multiple times. 22 is my favorite. You watch the Jays? Yeah, I've been watching. Why 2022? He teaches everything very obviously, smoothly, cleanly. It's just very, very clean. Everything about it is very, very clean. We may get a model in here. If I want to trade on TradingView, I have to choose trade a bit on Alpha Futures, right? Yes, correct. How much has Python helped you with trading? Um, Good question. How much has it helped? It's not a requirement, but it definitely helps me with conviction and narrative, understanding what's likely to happen and what's more probable than not. Um, I don't think I've seen the actual benefits of it yet, but I'm also still working on it. I have taken some trades based off just probability narratives alone, but I think there's still a way to go. Not clean in here, really. SL didn't trigger. My account was 20% down when I opened TradingView. Immediately, I caught the open candle. So your account's cooked. To me, this just looks like it's gonna consolidate. I'm gonna be honest. It could be a buy if it goes now. It could be. I mean, I'll be honest. My model formed long here. We took out the low. We're gonna get the inversion. That is my model long. It's not easy to trust though. It's 25% on alpha for the next 2 days. I'm taking long. Good luck, brother. Do you think for beginners it's better to use Top Step? I would recommend Alpha Futures. Really easy payout. It was on a loss when I opened to immediately when the pop back got the full. I mean, damn, we'll take it, bro. I guess it's like 35 bucks a month. Yes, it is 35 bucks a month. You're correct, but there is an activation. Hold on, I may be getting in short here. Did we inverse the 5? That's unfortunate. We have to wait for a double purge. Is Alpha more expensive? If you get, it depends what account you get. You can just get Alpha Standard though. It's 25% off right now. But it's up to you. Like, there's so many firms, man. Just look at them all, check the rules. I like Alpha Futures because their payouts are really easy. I always tell people if you struggle with your first payout, just use Alpha Futures first. Your chart looks awesome. Really, I think it looks pretty shitty right now, to be honest. I want to get in short here. I mean, the model's forming on ES, so I could take that. This is my model. Need something. 3-minute inversion? I haven't taken a 3-minute inversion in like a year. 4-minute. Sensitivity at the daily bullish fair value gap. I need an entry model here. I need a 3-minute inversion. That's like the only way I can get in on this trade. Can I learn from you, brother? Of course. What proffers can you copy trade with? Literally any of them, brother. I like the risk on this trade. It's a little bit less too. You're long. Good luck, brother. Buy full trading at 11. I don't have time restrictions on my trading personally. I just don't trade lunch. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest actually. If you're bullish, this looks pretty good. This is not clear for me. Cause that's a clean. We got the inversion plus the bullish fair value gap off of the low. I don't like this low here because it's nowhere clear. I don't like the equal lows on ES. There's also equal highs. We'll just see. Session is done. For who? For you? For me? First trade for me here. I like the MMBM. Yes. Like I saw this as a 15-minute. You know. I guess we technically need another drive. I mean, but you don't always need 2 stages, by the way. Like it can be 1 stage. It can be 3 stages. It doesn't always have to be one. I think this goes higher, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Personally, I think that goes higher. This is a little bit too clean of a chart. I'm not saying pattern trade, but that chart's a little bit too clean. I don't know. It's so 50-50 in my opinion. I actually don't know. I'm just gonna have to wait. Yeah, I can't risk this because I generally don't know. The two black futures OB. Yes, these will. If we close above them, which I can't tell if we did there, we might have. That would be a bullish order block. AMD. Zoom out. When did you start using Python and how do you use it? I use it to give me probabilities like what are the chances we hit this level by this time? What are the chances if we're bullish we go here at this time? You know, how often do we put a low here? You know, et cetera, stuff like that. 11 a.m. candle H1 no wick. Interesting. ICT? Yeah. If I hit this trade, I pass my funding. Good luck, brother. Are you in long or short? I'm curious. There's a lot of people in long and a lot of people in shorts right now. I mean, if you're looking at my chat, what are you guys in, man? ICT concepts are mid. Maybe. Why short? I'm not in short. I'm not in anything. Long, 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 short, long, 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 long. Damn, everyone's in long. Shorts. Okay, there's some people shorts. Nothing. Long on ES. I like that. I like the ES long. Done for the day. Probably not A plus setups now. Everyone's bullish. Yeah, guys, everyone's bullish, guys. We have to take longs. SMT at low protraction model form. Nice. You trade my models. I like that. There is an SMT at the lows. You're right. And that is a protraction model long. Since we didn't take out this low, we don't need a CIST. We can take the inversion. You know what QT is? Yeah, I don't use it. TB got hit. TB on the long? Nice, bro. Can you explain little this model things you're talking about? I'm talking about my protraction. I mean, those are just my personal trading models. You know, how do I actually enter a trade? That's what I'm talking about. We could buy the next down close candle. Like if we got something like this. That's insane risk reward. Risk 60 bucks. Can I move my stop to 0? I move it right here. Yeah. If I was in longs, I'd 100% move it there. That's an intermediate term low. You would not want to see that get taken. You would not want to see that get taken. Trade like this is not bad at all. You could get a deferred entry, 2-minute fair value gap, plus the OB. Final trade of the day. Delayed protraction model entry. I'd probably take it with 1 micro. Alright, we're gonna try it. This is what I call a deferred protraction. Meaning I'm entering off a fair value gap because of late protraction. You know, like I didn't get the entry here, but it's deferred. We'll try it. 1 micro on this trade. Setting myself up for potentially pretty high risk to reward. I think it's 3 or 4 R. I want to see this 2-minute fair value gap hold. So taking a deferred entry, 2-minute fair value gap, looking for an institutional order flow entry drill. That's how I'm viewing this. IO Fed. We'll stay on the 2-minute chart for now. So order block, fair value gap, the highs right there. And the buy side there on ES. So we'll watch this do its thing. Don't want to see a lower low in here. Risking 1 micro only. So 80 bucks. We can always add a contract. I'd want to see speed. Yep, 2-minute chart's the cleanest. We're just going to stay on the 2-minute chart. Yeah, actually, we'll leave that in there. ES looks pretty good. Nasdaq a little bit behind. Maybe we should have taken it on ES. Hoping ES NQ can speed up here though. If we get above this high, I might add one and move the stop here. I used to trade ES, but I stopped. I want to keep it consistent as possible, just one asset. Not seeing the speed that I was hoping for. New 15-minute candle now. Trades back into the entry there. Don't like that, but it's not invalidating or anything. Yeah, I still like it. I honestly, one thing I haven't studied is like if you take an IOFET type of entry and then it takes out that low, like how often does it keep going? I don't know. I don't know that. Like I don't know if the probability to drop significantly there. Have to see. We'll simply just have to see. We'll keep this up here. Like this. This down close candle, I don't want to see that get overtaken. So we can trade into it, that's fine. But my stop's at the low. 7 pretty much. So I want to see the bodies in here. If we can respect that. If we get that and move higher, I'd actually add a contract probably. We'll go back to the 1 minute chart. So see us, we trade into that bearish fair value gap, couldn't get above it. But we did leave a little bit equal highs in there. I like this fair value gap in here. Maybe if we can inverse this. Like every time we buy, it just consolidates. Well, the last 2 entries at least. 11:30 lunch could go for 10. Yeah, you're right. Why trading past 11? Why not? Because we had this retracement going into lunch, anticipating lunch to deliver the highs. If we break above here, stop gets moved to here. That's a 20-point reduction. I would like that. I would love to see that. If we make a lower low here, I might terminate early. If we fail to get above here, yeah, I may terminate early. So much speed in there, and then it just fails. It's a protraction model, but it's a deferred entry. This is the protraction model in here. But I didn't get in on these candles. I got in on a retest with a stop at the protraction low. So still a protraction model. You hope the trade plays out. It was a good trade. I don't really care what happens anymore. As long as I make the right decisions. Pretty simple trade, right? If we break above, I'll move the stop. Otherwise, stop stays at the current protraction. So make this really clear for you guys. That's your bullish order block. And if we respect that, get above here, I view that as a continuation. Simple. Could always 1R it at these highs too. It's not a bad idea. Let's draw this. Premium array. ES looks a lot better than NASDAQ yet again. I haven't eaten breakfast, guys. You learned the model from ICT? No, this is my model. I mean, I learned the concepts from ICT. Made my own model out of it. I mean, it's pretty similar, bro. Like, just entering off the order blocks when I'm expecting a range PO3 expansion, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty similar stuff. We got the inversion. Now we're gonna get the re-re. Screw re-res, man. That's probably a scam, Sylvan. ICT does have a Telegram. but it's nothing to do with investing or trading or with trading, yeah, but like he's not giving signals or investing advice or it's not that one. If you want his exact Telegram, it's on his Twitter. Are you up today? If you count $10 across 5 accounts up. But no, I'm not up. I would say no. Break even so far. Trade back into the inversion. The body's above it. I like that. Let's zoom in here. Slow, man. Really slow. Really slow. My part of me just wants to put the stop right here on that immediate rebalance. 5-7. And if we get break even, we get break even. Like, just call it a day. We take the high there. I'm going to close this, guys. I don't want to be in this trade anymore. I'm going to tape read the rest of the session. Actually, no, sorry. I'm not going to tape read the rest of the session. But I will journal what happens. All right. How do I want to put this in here? Let's go with the 3-minute fair value gap. You can still play. It's not something I want to be risking on. So I'm just going to cut my risk early. Go. Let's go back to this. I'll show you guys how I journal. And we'll trade the PM session. We'll be able to find something better in the PM session. Let me make sure I have no pending orders on any of my accounts. Okay, we're good. Okay. Yeah, you can get out break even. I would. Like I said, it could deliver. It's not moving the way I was anticipating. M3 bullish fair value gap. We'll mark out the OB there. Oops, that's not an order block. Order block there. I want that to be blue. Daily busy sensitivity again. So we're working inside that daily bullish fair value gap. That's what I really liked about this trade. I really like. That's what I really liked about it. But again, it's just not giving me the feedback I want. It's going into lunch. I don't want to get chopped out. I'd rather save my risk for the PM session. How would that be an order block? 2 down close candles, right? In the buy program, we close above them. If price goes down, we want to see these 3 down close candles support price. I'll make it really simple on the 4-minute chart. I know it's a lot of things in here, but see that down close candle? Trade up, trade down into it, down close candle. If we get above that one, that's also an OB. I don't like that we swept that high and then went lower though. Like I said, it can still go higher. The trade has not been invalidated by any means, but the probabilities are low in my opinion. I don't want to risk. I don't want to risk on that. So it's just me. There's not many key annotations here. I mean, I would argue this is a contraction. Like this isn't really an AM expansion. It's not. It's a contraction, right? I mean, we're playing inside the range the entire day. You just have to recognize that. Yeah. We're focusing only on this price action. It's kind of impossible to trade. Not impossible to trade, but there's not much going on. The classic AMD long was a good trade. I'd probably say that was the best thing that we, can say that we missed potentially. Besides that, I think I just screenshot this as that, Cup and handle. I don't know what that is. I know it's a pattern, but I don't know what it looks like. Daily busy sensitivity. Busy sensitivity. Yeah, I mean, how do I want to view this? Like, I see the bearish order block in here. There's not that many key annotations here. I'm going to be honest. It's just a contraction at the end of the day. We took two pretty good trades. I like how we manage risk. Could soup that low and then move higher. Let me do this instead. Okay, we bought in that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the annotations I want to make. I mean, this was the best run towards org 50. And now we just screenshot this. I mean, I'll leave this open because I want to see what happens. But for the main part, or for the main portion of this, it's pretty much just a soup. Cool day. How did you guys do today, man? How did you guys do today? Can you East Bay? Can you East Bay? Isn't that a dunk? No, I can't do that, bro. Is tomorrow holiday? Thank you. To my knowledge, no. Tomorrow's Halloween, like it's a holiday, but it's not like a bank. It's not like a trading holiday. Going short, aim for the 15-minute lowest TP. No, thank you. How'd your trade go? Pretty much two break evens. Made like $10 here, then lost $10 here, something like that. Wait for prices to 15-minute open count. No, I it's too choppy for me. I know you can dunk it on a 9'5", maybe. I traded at 3 a.m. Worst shorts I made all week. Well, there you go. Did you learn this from ICT? Yeah, I don't know the 5 a.m. version order block. Nice, that was a good trade. What's your model? I trade kind of my own version of. I trade PO3 range expansion. I trade high probability candle expansions. Yeah, that's what it is. Try to avoid the contraction. Although you can trade that here and here, but learn from that, but still love 4K my funded. Nice. Stop profit, take loss. Model. That's funny, man. It's really funny. 4-hour high from 30-minute fair value gap. Why'd you close? I closed because we took the high here, and instead of breaking, we got real sensitive, which means two scenarios. One, it's likely to come down and stop me, or two, it's going to consolidate, which means it's pretty much 50-50. Is the trade invalidated? No, but there's no high probability signatures. I would rather save that amount that I wanted to risk right now on this trade. I would rather take that amount and come back in the PM session and risk it. You get what I'm saying? It's a probability thing. I'd rather risk on another trade than this one. I don't think this is the best trade to be risking. Although I was de-risked, I was risking 1 micro on that trade, or 2 micros on alpha, so really little. You get what I'm saying? Break even today. Isn't that move from a BPR here? Left. Oh, here? Yes. US shutdown is so choppy. Yeah, today was a contraction day, you know. It is what it is. I'm gonna leave my chart open like this. That way I can come back and journal. You're 6'7"? No, you're not, bro. There's no way you're 6'7" and you're that weird. You're 6'4"? Valid amount of weird. I'm joking, bro. You're so amazing, bro. Can't even see that. Classic AMD long. Gotta make this wider. Anyways, the journal will look something like this. Did I take a screenshot already? Frick, no, I didn't. Make this simple. I'll just take a screenshot. Thought I was normal? No, you're not normal, bro. But you don't want to be normal. How long did it take for you to become profitable? Hard to answer that question. I don't know. I got my first payout in March. Couple break even, couple losing months. I've always kind of made more than I lost. My risk management was good. But I have a long way to go. All right, posting the journal in here. Thursday, October 30th. 2 trades. Protraction. I kind of forgot what I took. The protraction short first, right? No, I took too long. I forget, bro. Too longs, yeah. All accounts break even, pretty much. Good risk management. Fast trade management. No high close entry. Very content with the trades. Just contraction day, no expansion. That's all. That's all it was. And that's fine. Cool. No wins this week help? What do you have to win every week? What are you, greedy? This guy's greedy, bro. You don't have to win every single week, man. What is this? Who told you that? Who told you that? All right, closing the trade copier. Closing the live account. I will trade PM session today. We'll look at PM. Let me hear your Toronto accent. I don't have a Toronto accent, bro. Can PA please get better next month? I don't think this is bad. It's just you had 1 or 2 chances to get a really good move. Otherwise, everything here is risk and trade management. I can't complain with anything like this. Appreciate the flowers, guys. Will you go live? Should I go live for PM? I can. I was on a losing streak and then today up 2K. Yeah, there's no real move. No, I get you. There was no real move. There has one setup here intraday, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I suppose I can go live for PM session. Take me shot. Does Alpha offer Insta accounts? No, unfortunately, no. Wow, live. All right, we'll do a PM session live. We'll do a PM session live. Break even AM session. Break even AM session. We'll go live in PM session. What time should we do? We just show up at 2 PM. Go. We'll start up at 1:45. We'll go live in the PM. Your disciplines to be respected. Thank you, bro. We'll leave this open. I'll journal it after because I need to see what happens here. So I'll leave it like this. There. Simple. Cool. So we'll leave that like that. I'll leave this in here as well. 2 SMTs. That's ugly. Hold on. Cool. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through. I'll see you guys in PM session. If you want to watch me trade in the PM session, I'll do the exact same thing I did just now. Can't say what I'm going to be looking for, but I want to say longs, but we'll have to see what happens. So we'll have to play inside the lunch. Like if lunch, does something like this, then maybe for PM we can get that move. We'll have to see what lunch does. But I appreciate you guys coming through. Which sessions are there? Which sessions are there? There's Asia, London, New York AM, New York lunch, New York PM. All right, brothers. Appreciate you guys coming through. I'll see you guys in the PM session. Baby oil, yeah. Enjoy your baby oil. See, it's a good thing we had got out of that short because I think we would have been stopped out for sure there. Anyways, I'll see you guys for PM at 1:45. Till next time. Peace.